Hey loves, it's your girl DeeDee and welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So I am back with another reaction video. You guys see the title. We're gonna jump right into the video, but before we do, make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you like the content. Also share and like this video if you can. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I'm gonna stop talking. We're gonna jump right into the video. I'm gonna give my 2 cents on it. So let's get into it. Here we go.
Anybody trying to date me, my bills are your bills.
And here we have another individual who has confused the rules of dating with the rules of marriage.
I don't care whose car it is. You're trying to date me. You're trying to take a load off of me.
Exactly when did dating come to mean taking the load off of someone financially? And here I thought dating was just about getting to know someone. When did that definition change?
So my car is your car. You cover the bills.
No, that's not what that means. If a person is just dating, no. Their property is still their property, and their responsibilities are still only theirs. It's not the other person's responsibility to financially take care of that person.
Simple. You're trying to date me, so my bills are your bills. Period.
But the simplest thing of all is that individuals with this particular thought process are going to end up being the most unhappy, because the individuals that they find are actually willing to support them financially just when they're dating and not when they're married are going to be the ones that they're the most unhappy with, because they have the lowest levels of self-esteem and self-worth, and they're going to find themselves wondering, where are all the real men at? Well, the real men are the ones that won't put up with this type of behavior.
Facts. Y'all know I already agree with what she's saying because it's just what it is. You know, and I think a lot of these women are just delusional times 10. And the funny thing about it, the way these women go about it, they don't even know what they're doing. Because, I mean, listen, if you were to find a man who was into you and really care about you and really want to build with you and really want to be with you, he might be that type of guy who will be willing to pay the bills and take care of you in the whole nine. But when you come off with this type of mentality, with these entitlements, thinking that you're entitled to somebody else's stuff, then to me, that's a big red flag and a turnoff. And most men won't even want to deal with you. It's like the women who are the most boastful in thinking that this is something that they deserve, that this is something that they're entitled to, don't realize that this is a turnoff to men who could possibly do that for you. But it's usually the women who don't come off demanding and boastful and entitled who end up getting picked and are the ones who end up getting that type of treatment from a man, because he looks at her as something that's worthy of that. But a lot of these women feel entitled to it and feel like they operative word, like they deserve this from a man and demand it, and this is why they don't get it. Let's continue.
We have a pick me alert, Danielle. All the Dusties, 50-50 warriors. She's a pick Misha. She's looking to pay all of the bills. She is your barber to builder chick, Danielle. I will put out an ad. All the Dusties in my comments. Danielle is a pick me. She will pay all of the bills. She will raise all the children, and she won't even cause a fuss. She'll make sure the house is clean, even though she worked 40 hours this week. Danielle, she's a pick me. She's a pick me. I'm a lazy woman looking for a retirement plan. Well, you are a hardworking woman who needs, a man who's looking for a hardworking woman, a woman who's looking for the hard life. So congratulations, Danielle. You are the #1 pick me. Congrats.
Women don't really like each other. This whole pick me thing is just tied and through. Typically, the women who are calling women pick me are single, bitter women who can't find what they're looking for. You know, it's just a way to try to insult someone by calling them pick Misha. And, and most men are saying, hey, if she wants to be picked and she's putting herself out there, she'll end up getting picked. But these women who are out here demanding all this from a man, these unrealistic expectations just in the dating phase, are the ones who are struggling to get picked. Men aren't out here marrying these women and wifing them up and taking them seriously because you're not what they want. And the women who you're calling pick Mishas are the ones who actually are getting what they want. And I think it's a jealousy thing. A lot of these women are actually jealous of the women who can get those things without even requesting it. And they don't have to go on social media and stress how hard and desperate they are to get a man to pay all the bills. They don't have to say that. That's the thing. These women are moving the wrong way, and then they don't want you to tell them anything, and then they insult women by saying pick Misha when it's not really an insult. It's just them showing their bitterness because they can't get a man to do the things that the so-called pick Mishas don't have to ask for. Stop demanding things from men. Stop thinking that you're entitled to it. be appreciative of what a man is willing to do for you, because he doesn't have to give you or do anything for you if you're not his wife. They don't owe you anything, just like you don't owe a man anything. So stop feeling entitled. Stop thinking that somebody owes you something. Stop demanding things from men and just be calm and try to be a better person, be a better version of yourself, a less entitled version of yourself, and do what's necessary to get the type of man that you want, and you may get what it is that you want. Going about it this way is, these men are not going to do that. They're going to give it to the women that they want to give it to, and that's that. And that might be the very pick-me-shas that a lot of these women are talking about. But let's continue.
Last night I was called a horse-faced woman by a woman who claims to be a girl's girl and all about the sisterhood. Now take a wild guess of the race of the woman who said that. Just take a wild guess. And if you haven't guessed, if you don't know, I'll tell you. It was a black woman. A black woman who claims to be all about the sisterhood, all about being a girl's girl, who doesn't like me, right? Because I degrade black women. So instead, what do they do? When they don't agree with you, they throw insults, they come for your looks, and the main thing is that they try to get other women to get on the same hate train as them.
And she's absolutely right. And this is why I say this whole sisterhood is fake. It's a bunch of BS. The sisterhood only works when y'all all agree. As soon as somebody don't agree with you, then comes the insults and the hate train, because you think that everybody should have a one-track mind, that everybody should all think alike, we all should agree. And if you go outside of that, oh my God, we don't like her, then they turn on you with the quickness, baby. This is why I don't fool with a whole bunch of women, because I understand that women are catty. Women will turn on you the minute you do something outside of the box, or the minute they don't agree with you, or the minute you excel and you do better than them. Oh my God, then you start to see it. As much as these types of women have horrible relationships with men, they have horrible relationships when it comes to friendships with women as well. I think a lot of women secretly hate other women, and I think there's a competition going on, and as long as there's a competition, there's going to be somebody who is disliking the person who's getting ahead. You're going to feel like you're entitled to something, and that person is not, shouldn't deserve it. You should. It's always going to be a competition with women. This is why I say too, women do things to please other women. You want to please other women. You want to do things to outshine the next one and all this. And it's just a bunch of BS. And who has time for that? But let's continue.
And that is what I don't like. So everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? The women who claim to not like me and disagree with my stance, they don't like the truth. That's the bottom line, right? That is the bottom line of it. But what they do is they try to paint a narrative about you to get other women to get on that same bandwagon, right? So when you call them out and say, hey, see for yourself, make your own judgment, come to your own conclusion if you like my content or not. But if you listen to this woman who's painting this picture about me, you're going to not like me. Like, duh, you're saying that I condone cheating, I degrade women, I disrespect women. Who's going to not agree? But if you do enough research for yourself and hear for yourself, I'm sure you'll hear different. I care so much about black women that I'm calling this stuff out to bring awareness to us, because a lot of people are just, I don't know if they're just blind to what's really happening, but when we talk about how black women are treated, how we're disrespected, how nobody cares about us, I want us to be aware that we are putting ourselves in a lot of the positions that we're in. The way that people view us is because of how we behave. The way that we treat each other, that's not okay, right? So because of my stance, I then am a horse-faced woman because you don't agree. And that's a problem. And that's why I teach young girls that you can agree or disagree. But coming for somebody's looks and integrity and attacking them is a whole different ballpark. But that is the unfortunate reality of how we fight. We fight dirty and we don't have anything of substance to say.
And she's right. So apparently somebody came for her because they don't like her stance, or they don't like what she has to say. They don't agree with what she has to say. It's unfortunate that somebody called her out of her name and tried to come at her in that way. That's unfortunate. I don't think anybody should be doing that. I think that's unfortunate. But that's the reality of what happens. When people don't like what you have to say, they insult you. This is why I say this black sisterhood thing, where we can regard our sister, no, it's a bunch of BS. A lot of these women are fake and phony. And the minute, like I said, the minute you rub them the wrong way with your opinion, then this is how they respond. That's why you have to ignore the whole sisterhood thing. It's not a good look in my opinion. Once again, I always say as Black women, we got a lot of work to do. A lot of these women have a lot of work to do and they're just not willing to do it. They don't see any fault in their behavior. They don't see any fault in anything that they do. So they're just continuing with it and nobody is trying to check it. And so as long as they're able to just run amok and do whatever it is they want, act the way they want and get away with it, they're going to continue to do it. So where does that leave our community? And a lot of these women want to say it starts with the men, and these men can't do anything. They can't make these women change. You can't expect the men to try to lead a bunch of hyenas who don't want to be led, who are wild and crazy and in the streets and doing whatever they want. How do you expect men to gather them up and lead them if they don't want to lead? They don't think that they need to be led. What are men supposed to do with that? They're at a disadvantage. You can't go out here to change people. You can only give them the information and lead them to it. If they don't want to listen to follow it, you can't force them. No man, woman, or anybody can't lead you to something that you don't want to be led to. You got to be willing and wanting to get the knowledge and do better. But if you don't want to, it's a wrap. Nobody can't make you. So that's my thoughts on that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell. Y'all know what it is. Definitely chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this one, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.